a big IHOP fan here.
Dude, I love IHOP. I love pancakes.
Why'd you marry it?
Oh, nice.
Watching your mouth move, damn, you look stupid. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter.
You actively made me change, like, the way I talk.
That's the best.
In college, because I was like, I am so sick of every time I like something and I say I love it, him being like, why don't you marry it? So I had to stop saying it. I had to start saying, and I don't intentionally do it now. I subconsciously don't say that word around you.
Nice.
Phil. Like when we're recording. Like if you notice, I didn't say I love IHOP. I said I'm a fan of IHOP.
You did. That's funny.
When I talk to you, I automatically shift the way I phrase things, and I don't even think about it anymore.
And with that, welcome to another episode of Fat Guys React. I am Fish.
I'm Optimal Prime. Clearly, we're fat guys because we talked for half an hour about food.
We did, and it was great. And
Yeah.
I'm starting to get hungry, and this is still way before I would start my day normally, so I got some time to not eat probably still. Today we are reacting to Season 2, Episode 8 of My Hero Academia, which is called Battle On, Challengers. We literally just finished the last episode. We're on a tear today. We're going to record at least 2 things, this and the thing we just recorded, and hopefully more, but we're doing like an hour a piece. So,
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah. All right, so we just finished the last one. It was Deku versus Shinzo. It was Deku versus the mind control guy. Brainwash guy. And that was pretty fun, and we talked about it. And gosh, I guess we have to recap a little bit of it. Basically, Deku saw what he thinks is this vision of past users of One for All.
I think it's actually All for One.
It is not. It is One for All.
Oh, right.
See, I had to think about it. 'Cause it is tough to. It's tough.
Classic.
Yeah,
and I thought they cheated.
Yeah, I mean that somehow All Might thinks it was his will that snapped him out of the brainwashing and allowed him to break his fingers or whatever and be okay. Deku thought maybe it was the other people controlling him.
Well, and
we don't really know.
If it was like he can control other people with quirks, maybe I'd get more on board with that because this is not like a quirk that you get by birth.
Mm-hmm.
But like the idea is he can control like anybody, right? So I have a harder time believing that beyond just like convenience, that Midoriya could actually just break himself out of it from sheer force of will. That seems kind of cheap.
Yeah. So if it's not sheer force of will and it is something to do with One for All, what do you make of him seeing all the apparently is the previous users of One for All?
I've thought there's got to be something about that because there've been a few different times where they've either shown people or they've shown like different colors that I always thought was supposed to represent like other people like shooting from star to star,
Mm-hmm.
as it's coming back to him. So I don't know if that's true or not, but that I've always and now I'm wondering, what were we seeing at the beginning of the season? It was Midoriya facing off against a ton of shadowy figures, and I'm wondering if that's connected. I could be way off base here because there were only like 8 people in his vision, but at the beginning of the season, it was like an army of people. So I just thought that was kind of cool, but I don't know if those are connected at all. I could be way off base.
No, yeah, it's an interesting thought. By the way, I've seen this before.
That's right, I have not.
So that's why I am asking him for predictions and trying not to spoil things myself.
But I would hope it'd be pretty obvious based on these questions you're asking, who has seen it and who has not.
Yeah, but maybe it's not. Maybe somebody new is like, why is this guy just asking that guy for his thoughts? Why doesn't he actually like offer some opinions? It's like, well, because I'd probably ruin it.
We should probably start reacting to things that neither of us have seen.
Like Blue Lock season 2.
Yeah, except you've read the comics.
Yeah,
You know what's gonna
shoot, you're
happen.
right. Frick. Yeah,
You seen Chainsaw Man?
I have the first season. I have. I guess that's
Why
all
do you
that's
do
out.
this? Do you just watch anything I'm interested in at all?
I mean, that came out like a year ago. It was before we
Yeah.
were even thinking about doing this. So,
Yeah.
no, I've actually held off on watching most of the stuff that's come out recently, just in case.
More. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, eventually we'll find something awesome that we both want to do. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's like I'm fine with not watching stuff as it comes out because there's plenty of other stuff to watch. But, you know, if
The real
like,
question is, will we ever be able to find something that I've seen and you haven't?
I mean, it'll be tough. I'm sure there's
It will be
something.
tough.
I don't know. But if like something comes out again, like Vinland Saga season 1, where it just
Yeah.
comes out of what to me came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, we got to watch this. We got to watch this. We got to watch this. Like,
Yeah,
maybe
for
we
sure.
start doing that. But
I'd be fine with that. Yeah.
it is tough when we're trying to work through My Hero Academia that's like 7 seasons now. Okay, so
I don't have any predictions because I don't know what's gonna happen.
yeah, we don't even know who's gonna fight this time. So I don't even know who's gonna fight this time. I remember
Tattoos for the win. He's gonna win.
yeah,
I'm telling you.
Tetsu versus Kirishima. I remember that's a fight. I remember another fight. I remember who the support person fights, so that'll be fun. I don't know if that's this episode or not. I remember who Uraraka fights, so that'll be fun.
Okay.
I think that's it. I mean, obviously, I remember the other side of each of those fights, but that's my baseline.
Okay.
There's still a bunch of other people that I don't remember, so I'm sure this will be the episode they blast through a bunch of them.
Let's do it.
That's my prediction. So
Let's do it.
let's see. Ready, set, go.
This is a superhuman society.
Have we seen this episode before?
Okay. See, I'm glad you did it because I already did it today. And it's funnier when it's week to week if I'm doing it, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's not funnier at all. I'm sure I've said it before. I do think it's interesting how they did super speed in this show. It's not just a guy who can run fast. He literally has
His engines in his legs.
Yeah. I feel like they're interesting, and that's how they do a lot of powers like that, right?
Yeah,
Or like Bakugo's not like he doesn't have fire, right? He's explosive.
yeah, and it's not even just like he shoots explosives. He sweats nitroglycerin.
Right.
So like,
Or they don't have a Spider-Man guy who wraps people up. They have a guy who literally has tape dispensers. Like, I don't know, it's cool.
yeah, yeah, it is definitely a very diverse set of powers. That's not just your basic super speed, super strength.
Well, and honestly, the one who's probably the most generic is Todoroki, and he has 2 different powers, and it's on both sides. I just think it's
why
cool.
you called me an assassin. I've come to the festival in search of victory, not to take my opponent's life.
Oh, I do kind
I
of remember her
wouldn't be in
now.
line with the values of a hero at all, sir. I didn't enter UA for wicked or selfish reasons, but to deliver salvation to others. It is my humble quest to spread true good across this world.
Listen, I said I was sorry. That was my.
I thought everyone in Class 1B was a jerk. Look at those big, beautiful eyes. Come on, you idiot. Remember, this is a competition. But... oh man, she's so cute, though. This is terrible. I'm gonna have to ask this girl out sometime. Once I win this.
All right, who's gonna win? Do you think?
What do you say me and you go out after this? Cause this is all gonna be over in 2 seconds, honey.
I was gonna say he's like Sanji, and then
3-minute shock.
he's not, because he's gonna
1.3 million.
fight her. I like whenever he uses his powers. I don't know if you know, the screen goes like actively dark.
Yeah,
Like that's cool. That's a cool animation choice on their part.
yeah, and I don't know if that's. There's other shows that do that too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's to hide things or if that's like because of the light from the shocks. Like I don't know.
The vines on her head can
Interesting,
extend
yeah, I
to
have no
great
clue.
lengths. Plus, they're detachable. As long as she gets plenty of water and sunlight, they can grow instantly. It's one killer head of hair.
But I do agree. It is cool. It works in this situation.
Hey, wasn't Class 1A supposed to be so much better than us?
at him.
I hate that guy.
Conway, did you watch that?
It's tough when someone's quirk cancels yours out, but he's still gonna put up a fight.
Yeah, that's a tough draw for him.
Yeah. I wonder if Tetsu would have had a similar effect just because he's steel, right?
Yeah, I don't know. He's already like strategizing for.
This is actually one of my favorite aspects of Midoriya, both comedically and like as a cool character.
Look at how big that stadium is.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's freaking massive. So then we get back to the this has replaced the Olympics thing.
Yeah.
Alright, that was a very quick one, so they are going to be blasting through these.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright, who do you think's going to win this one?
So it's hero class versus support.
I have no idea what these people look like.
Boy, I don't know.
What's up, Vegeta? Where the heck did he get all that weird gear from?
Hero Corps students can't use support gear unless they have to.
Aoyama got to wear his belt, so I thought it was fine.
He turned in the proper form.
I apologize, ma'am.
One of my favorite characters.
My heart was moved by my opponent's sportsmanship. She wanted this to be as even a match as possible.
I don't know
so she
who's
made
gonna
it
win.
this far.
I kind of hope she
To have
does.
a fair fight. So she offered to give me this
I
equipment.
think that would be cool, and not because I don't like him, but I
respect
just think
her
it would be cool if it
integrity.
was the support
That's why,
character.
to honor her, I would like to wear this gear.
I'll allow it.
Really?
Weird. That doesn't seem like something Hatsumi would do.
Yeah, I specifically remember this one.
Bet you love how fast that gear makes you.
Is she wearing speakers?
So your legs feel lighter than usual. That's to
Why
be
is My
expected.
Hero Academia just ska music?
Specifically to increase the wearer's speed and mobility.
Why is it what?
Ska?
Those are boxes for support
Brass.
companies. Oh, they love my babies. I've got this in the bag.
May Hatsume, her quirk, Suru.
She does have a
If
quirk.
she gets serious, she can see up to 5 kilometers away.
I've got sensors in every direction. It's
Like her,
impossible
is
for
it like
the
that? I think it does for
Pokemon to
context.
keep up. Look at how adeptly Ida just changed his course. All thanks to the ingenious auto balancer I created.
So she's just using this as a way to like.
Weird. She's turning the festival into one big commercial.
That's awesome.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I remember this, because it's so
smart.
unique and it's so like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good for her, dude. That's kick
Wanted this to
butt.
be a fair fight.
So like, even if she loses, like,
They're perfect for evasive maneuvers or
this is
just
great advertising.
Yeah,
for
like
her.
her whole goal is to get, I mean, for the Hero Corps students, their goal is obviously to get scouted by the pro agencies to get internships and hero jobs. For her whole goal is to get scouted by the businesses that support the heroes. So like, this is the perfect way to do that.
All of these items were developed by yours truly.
Big fan.
Natsume, support course prodigy. And now let me introduce you to a few more of my babies.
There's more?
Super Ultra.
Time for me to wrap this show up.
Does she step out of bounds?
Yeah.
Natsume stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, I really like Hatsume. I think she's
Yeah.
she's pretty freaking cool.
I like what they're doing with all these characters that like don't have conventional powers, and so they can't really compete. And showing how they compete, I think is a really cool concept.
Yeah. And it's kind of showing that it's not just Midoriya who was like smart about learning how to live without a quirk or with a super powerful quirk or whatever. It's like everybody. Which I didn't remember this fight, so. Who do you think's gonna win this one? I have no idea who wins. I think it's gonna be her.
I would assume her powers,
Aoyama
but
will probably keep his
Yeah, I think hers are better.
with his laser from far away.
he's one of my favorite characters. I think he's so funny. Anytime he's in it, he makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Him in close combat.
Naval laser activate.
So I know all about your quirk, Aoyama.
I can say the same thing about you.
Sure, but there's a big difference.
You okay over there?
Something you
It's not just that he shoots a naval beam; it's that he thrusts every time. Behind the head, like, I don't know, man. It's just funny.
Big one. My tummy.
Here's my shot.
Oh, not my precious spells.
Jeez.
Broke his jaw. I liked her ice skating.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool. Her was it acid goop stuff that she can skate on is freaking sweet. That's a cool little wrinkle to her powers.
She won because of her physical strength.
Yeah, and because she knew about her opponent, right?
That's true. If you didn't know that he would get a stomach ache from doing all that, if it's Oh, so something else that's interesting to me about this that I don't think we've talked about is the fact that heroes have masks and have secret identities. Like, they have hero names. But they're introducing all these kids at this hero school, in the hero course, with their full names and powers.
Yeah, so you see them in the future like, hey.
Hey, I know you. You were in the UA Sports Festival. Your name is Izuku Midoriya. I looked you up. You live at... I honestly don't remember who wins this one. I think my guess would be Dark Shadow. But if she creates some kind of light, that would probably kick Dark Shadow's butt. So she might think of that. Because she's really smart.
Why has he stopped?
Oh, okay. All right, that wasn't what I was expecting, honestly.
This is...
I lost.
That'd be so rough.
That was the 4th fight this episode. They are cruising
He's
through
way
them.
too powerful. I can't believe he
Yeah, it's this in this way. It's not like Naruto where they literally take like 2 episodes for each.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe he didn't want to hurt her.
Do you need to let your dogs out or anything?
Bet she's really upset about
Okay,
how
cool.
that went down.
He heard something. Sorry.
No, it's fine. I just wasn't sure.
So,
What's your kitten's name?
Miko.
Miko.
Like the raccoon from Pocahontas.
Oh, that's
Right.
fun.
Troublesome. Yeah! Tattoo, tattoo, tattoo! Is it weird that this is one of the ones I was most interested in?
No, it is interesting because they have literally the same powers. All right, who do you think's gonna win this one? You
The
said
guy with
you
the
want
hardening
Tetsu Tetsu to
power?
win.
I just think he's funnier. I'm sure he will. Because Kirishima is like, I think too important to lose that early. So are they not going to show it? Because I'm actually going to riot. Is she nervous?
Oh, it's nothing.
I wondered if she
Guess
was
I'm not
either
great at
nervous
hiding how nervous I am.
or okay.
I get that.
She seemed kind of upset. Oh shoot, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
I'm kind of scared. But you know,
that's going to be fascinating.
after seeing your match, I feel a little better.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why aren't
I'd have
you
probably
on
felt
board
better
with
after
matches?
seeing
Well, most of them
Yayurozu's
are
match
expected
too.
to.
She lost in like 5 seconds.
Fight's going to drag on
Right.
for quite a while.
It's just literally them going to be punching each other back and forth
So this is it. My
forever.
I don't think Bakugo would use the full power of his explosions on a girl, right?
Yeah, he would. And besides, everyone... I don't think anyone would hold back.
His boots are kind of cool.
It's my
Not
turn
gonna
to
lie.
help you.
Turned around on
I can
him.
repay you a little bit with this.
What's
I
that?
did not like him. I didn't like him
Oh.
at the start
I've
at
got
all.
a plan for how you can use your quirk against
I
Kachi.
think he's a really interesting character.
It's not
Yeah,
much,
he
but
is.
I did my best.
I think it'd be more interesting if they made him a
alright, this
villain,
is
but I get
perfect.
why they won't.
Thank you so much for doing that. But no, during the cavalry battle, I told you it was good to team up with friends. I might have been trying to rely on you to get by. When Ida said that he was trying his best to beat you, I actually felt kind of embarrassed for myself. It's fine.
One of my
Really?
least favorite anime things is when someone says something dramatic and then the person responds with just their name. ...
That means we're all right.
It happens all the
Even
time.
you and me, Deku.
That's true.
So, guess I'll see you in the finals.
Is this
Oh,
what
they
season,
double.
is this what the
they
animation
double
for season
eliminate.
2 of Blue Lock's gonna be like? Sorry, what were you saying?
No, are they actually gonna double eliminate? I was joking.
That goes down. It's a draw. When the contestants recover from this battle, the winner will be determined by a simple contest, perhaps arm wrestling.
Weird, they're basically copies of each other.
You gotta appreciate
Perhaps
the
arm
passion they
wrestling.
brought to the ring. It's inspiring, really. I could use
That
Oh,
guy's
that
head's a
makes
skull.
both of them-
What's that?
That makes both of them look good, I think.
Yeah, they both look tough.
Yeah.
Do you think we're gonna get this whole fight in?
No.
How much time is left?
No,
We probably won't get any of it.
that's what I'm thinking. That's a great face.
Yeah.
Boy, it would be wild if he lost.
I think this. Did he say this is the final match of the first round? Because it
He
is.
said 8.
Yeah, but it is. I think they had 16 people in the.
Yeah, I don't think there's anybody else left.
Yeah, so that'll be cool because that means after this match, we get second
to the next round.
fights. Yeah. All right, let's see what's. If I don't know if this is next time.
Hi, Deku. I guess we should do the.
Okay, yeah, it's just a preview. We won't spoil anything with a preview.
Oh no! Look how serious he looks.
He looks
That's a
very
spoiler.
serious. Super serious.
Boy, I have mixed feelings about that episode.
I mean, it's fun
Yes.
to see some of the fights. Like, I mean, they did like 4 or 5 of them, but not a lot happened. I mean, obviously, not really any character stuff.
I felt like there was pretty much no development from that.
Yeah, and I mean,
I could be wrong. I think
so
it was
you
cool. Yeah.
you got a little bit of Ochako Uraraka. You get her being nervous
And
and
she wasn't even one of the ones that fought in this episode.
right.
I don't know. I think I would have rather them, and you tell me what you think. I think I would have rather them take a more Naruto approach. Which I need to stop doing that.
And do longer fights with more backstory
You don't.
in each
Yeah,
fight.
and I don't know that you need to do like several episodes per every individual fight. I do think it would have been cooler if maybe they had done 2 an episode. And yeah, I mean, unless these characters aren't going to be important. If they're not going to be important, there's no reason to do it. But maybe you'll have time to dive deeper into these backgrounds. I just think this was a good opportunity to like kind of show you who some of these characters were, especially the ones that we've been following for a little bit, right? But I think that's a preference choice. I don't think that's like a quality issue, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like it part of the reason that Naruto is as good as it is because you get so much of like the individual character stuff. You know why pretty much every character is the way they are. Yeah. I don't know if maybe they thought this would drag on too long. I'm trying to think of how many fights there were in that first section of the tuning exams and how long the tuning exams had been going on before that. Also, I mean, that arc of Naruto was written like 25 years ago or whatever now. Like the 20th anniversary of the anime just happened. So maybe it's just the way that stories used to be written, like longer manga used to be written is different now. I mean, One Piece kind of has the same deal.
I was gonna say though, you can't really. So this is shonen, right? It's got the same feel. It is a completely different show though. Like it is not the same length. They are not putting the same amount of like. They're not dedicating the same amount of time to this show and this manga, right? As One Piece and Naruto and Dragon Ball. Like that's not the goal. And maybe that's what you're saying, right? That the way storytelling works is a little different, but they are not putting as much effort into fleshing out the side characters because I don't think that's the goal. And quite simply, there's just not enough episodes to do that based on the length of the show.
Yeah, there's also, I feel like there's more. There's probably not. I mean, there's not more side characters than Shippuden, for sure.
Yeah.
But like the side characters in Naruto that they flesh out are mostly the Leaf Village Genin.
True, and they don't do that right away,
No.
right? I mean, they introduce the characters pretty early on, and it's not until you get into their like where they're taking an important part of the story that they're like, yeah, and let's get into their backstory.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. We don't have to do this right now. Shikamaru might be my favorite Naruto character.
Really?
I think he's fat.
He is cool. He is very.
Wish there was more. I wish he had more content.
Mm-hmm.
He was always my favorite.
Yeah. So that's like 10 people. I mean, still, we don't get that much Ino, right? Like, she's mostly a foil to Sakura.
Sure.
We don't really get any 10-10.
Ino was actually the one I was thinking of, where I was like, actually, I don't ever remember any flashbacks with her except for when it's like her and Sakura as friends.
Yeah, Choji is kind of the same way. We only get Choji for like Shikamaru and for like Asuma Sensei and like some of that. I think like I don't
She knows
remember
that way
much.
as well.
Oh,
Yeah, I
Shino.
guess most of those characters from that, they really don't do a deep dive. Maybe yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. So, but I mean, the ones that make
It feels like it.
the ones that make it far enough into the tuning exams, most of them kind of do, but some of, I guess, Shino makes it, doesn't he? He doesn't really.
Yeah,
get
but they
anything.
don't. But I think that's also part of the character, right? They wanted him to be mysterious.
True.
Like the whole point was you don't know about him.
True. So anyways, there's like maybe 10 characters in series 1 of Naruto that we get like really deep dives in, especially during tuning exams and when they're doing fights and stuff. And I mean, in this, there's already 16 characters in this tournament. Most
Right.
of them are from their same class.
Yeah, over half of them were characters that were in season 1.
Yeah. So I don't know. I get what you're saying. Like, it would be nice to get more on a lot of them, and maybe we will
Maybe
get
not
some
all of
eventually.
them,
But
right? Yeah.
yeah, it's. I think they're pretty clearly working towards the one for all kind of mystery, trying to do that very slowly. They're also trying to work on. I mean, they've been pretty deliberate in putting Todoroki in a lot of stuff and getting Endeavor like.
So I was actually going to say, it's funny because Bakugo has not been a focus in season 2.
Mm-hmm.
He was very much like the foil to Midoriya in season 1, and so we got a lot of content from him. And in this season, he's almost taken a back seat as the foil rival. They're really pushing Todoroki, which I don't have a problem with. It's just interesting because we went from him being in so much to like, it's been episodes since we've actually seen Bakugo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now that I think about it, like I'm thinking through kind of other seasons or parts of other seasons.
Yeah.
It kind of is interesting because it does seem like in different pieces, different times, different characters are more of the rival or come back as the rival or assert themselves as a new rival. So that's
because
kind of
Deku
interesting
is
to
the
think about.
main character, right?
Sure.
So it's about who he is facing and who he is battling with. So it's not unreasonable to think, well, now the focus is on Todoroki because he's the one that, him and Endeavor and All Might, and they're their proteges.
Mhm.
So it makes sense that in this context we're now focusing on him. It's just interesting because I thought Bakugo was going to consistently be like representative of his rivalry.
Yeah.
Like and just like it was, you're gonna see both of them growing at the same time, and with different personalities and very different methods, and like fighting each other. And so it's just interesting that like hasn't been a factor as much in season 2.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's it. That's all I was saying.
Yeah. All right. So I guess real quick, since like we said, not
who's gonna win.
You don't know.
I mean, I would assume Bakugo.
Okay.
I'm hoping. I think Bakugo wins. I'm hoping that Uraka puts up a good fight. I'm guessing she will. It'll be a longer fight than anything we've seen so far. I'm guessing she gets the whole episode, and I hope it's because she puts up a good fight.
Okay.
But I don't see any scenario in which Bakugo loses.
Okay, gotcha. All right, interesting prediction.
Still, based on the branches, the tree, the way it's going. I'm still guessing that it'll be Bakugo and Deku in the finals.
Okay.
I don't know that for a fact,
I
obviously,
mean,
but I'm pretty.
they
but I
are
think,
on opposite ends of the.
right. So Todoroki and Midoriya are going to fight next, I think, right? Based on the way that
That's
works.
the way the bracket looks. Yep.
So I mean, I guess I could also see Todoroki and Bakugo being in the finals, but I'm guessing what we're getting is a Bakugo and Deku fight. So I that is my overall prediction.
All right. Who do you think would win that one? Who do you think? I guess not necessarily who you think would win in a fight between these two people. Who do you think the story would have win in this one?
So because it's a shonen, it should be Deku, right? But he's already beaten Bakugo, and I think it would be really interesting if we see an evolution from Bakugo where he's not just like furiously punching at him, but like being strategic and really looking at what are Midoriya's weaknesses. I've known him for years. I don't know. I'm guessing the anime is set up for Deku to win, right? But I think it would be fascinating, and I'm venturing a guess that maybe Bakugo wins this.
Okay.
But
interesting.
I mean, Deku shouldn't lose to anybody in a physical fight. Like, if we're just saying power wise.
Sure.
Right? I mean, he can obliterate anybody. That's the point. But in terms of just like a sparring match, I think Bakugo is a much better fighter than we've gotten to see. I mean, no, that's not true. We've seen it, but I don't know. I think it would be really interesting if, even in this being a shonen, if Bakugo elevated his strategic level of fighting.
Yeah. All right. Cool. All right. So nothing really else to talk about with this. It was we got a pretty good discussion out of it, but it was a pretty basic episode. So
yeah.
With that, thank you for watching Fat Guys React. I am Fish.
I'm still Optimal Prime.
And we appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. Otherwise, we'll catch you next time.
Even if you don't want to,
you should do it anyways. Come on.
Watching your mouth move, damn, you look stupid. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter. No filter, I got no filter.
Okay.
Eating the placenta is a gross thing to say, but like by saying that, you'd think that would be the grossest thing you were gonna say.